I'm at a place where I'm so vulnerable. I'm at a place where everything's hurting. Financially, there's a strain. Emotionally, relationship-wise, there's a strain. Spiritually, I feel connected, sure. Physically, I feel altered and stimulated, sure. Mentally, I think I feel stimulated as well. But there's just so much that's happening in life that I am actually not sure about. But it doesn't scare me no more. It doesn't scare me no more right now because I know how to regulate my body at least. I know how to take care of my vessel. I know how to take care of my temple. The soul knows the answers. And I think that's what we will talk about today. That how your soul is an ever-living entity and has been in this simulated world forever, has lived here forever. Soul is the user playing the characters. The characters in games are the same, but the soul changes. How every soul plays each character differently, you know that. If you guys play video games, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When a game has only specific characters, and you choose to play them. Not everybody's good at every character. Some guys are good at every character, and some guys are good at none characters, and some guys are good at only one character. So that's exactly how I like to put and explain people the soul and the vessel. Your vessel is your body. If your vessel is going to be clean, if your car is going to be a sports car versus an off-road truck, which one's going to do better on a road? Which one's gonna do better on off-road? And let's say if you have a hybrid car, then you can probably not perform good at either, but you can perform both activities. Like that separates you. That, like, knowing our role is important, but it's not as crucial as keeping your vessel intact and in demand of what you want, what your soul wants. So I would recommend you guys to figure out what soul wants, what your soul wants. And once you figure out what your soul wants, the answers become really easy. You just have to tweak your vessels and you will be there, basically. So what's really happening here is I am working on my vessel. I am making my vessel as good as it can be for where my soul wants to go. And my soul wants to help people. My soul wants to help other people. All my life, my soul has given a part of itself to other people. In a good way, in a bad way too. And that's where I need to learn. That's where I had to learn how to keep the integrity of my soul while fulfilling my cosmic responsibility. And so here we are, trying our best to better fit our vessel in a way that the soul, the Atma, as we call it in our Indian culture, the Atma has a good place to live, to stay, to perform. Because, you know, your vessel is limited, is gonna stay here. Your soul will not. Your soul is transcendental. Your soul is universal. Your soul is immortal. Your soul is ever living, ever experiencing, ever full of energy. So it's your job to keep your vessel pure, to keep protecting that vessel. I know a lot of people wouldn't understand what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck is this guy saying? All gibberish, all spiritual shit. But listen to me, guys. I did medicine. I studied medicine. I did science. Science is still my favorite subject. I'm a man of science. All my life, growing up in an ever-religious country like India, I always questioned everything. I questioned everything, guys. So today when I say something to you, these are the answers I found over my entire life, questioning everything with a brain, trying to find answers. And there's so many questions I know that the not knowing the answer is better. But then this is one of those things, And I'm not kidding. If you really want like a scientific study to support what I've been saying, you should look into quantum force fields. You should look into what force fields are and why we do blind slit experiments. And yeah, look into all of that stuff. Because you will see, we perceive our reality as we want to. We have the capacity of changing a matter into anything. Like at the end, all the atoms get broken down into, proton, electrons, and they get broken down into quarks and then into sub-quantum particles, whatever, right? But in the end, they're all made of the same thing. So what is changing them? What is making the difference? The energy, the external force, the external energy force that's being applied to it. And who has the capacity of doing that? I wonder. How many times have you manifested reality into existence? It's just like that. Setting your mind-brain force, your quantum field force level to align in such a high transcendental manner that you're capable of doing this. Most of us, and probably a lot of us, will never reach there. I'm not there. There's these sayings that goes like in Indian culture and heritage, there was these sages that would go to the really harsh conditions, like really cold in the mountains, Himalayas, Tibet, places like these, and they would just go not eat anything, not drink anything, just like stay seated in a form of posture and body which conserves their energy and their flow in their body, and they just stay there, and they slowed down their internal metabolism so much that they became literally just sitting rocks, sitting trees, sitting living actual non-moving objects. And they did that until, in stories, until the god showed up. But in my sense, I feel like they reached peak transcendental state. They reached the highest connection you can to your soul, which is why maybe they were able to leave their vessel and go to many places where others normally wouldn't. And I feel like there's some capacity of that we do too. I mean, look at these James Wan movie. James Wan, what is that? Who's the director of Conjuring and stuff? James something. I'm forgetting his name. But look at all the Conjuring cinema and all these other places where you can actually, astral projection, like get out of your body. That's exactly what we're talking about. But we're not going into a different dimension. We're going into the existence of the energies of existence. You feel free to experience any energy in the world, in our existence. The world is too small for our existence at this point. We live between so many worlds. So I don't want to take this over and just keep going gibberish and say random stuff to you all, but I just do want to say that sometimes you just gotta do things and clarity comes afterwards. You don't go seeking clarity, you go seeking action. Clarity is the byproduct, guys. So same with motivation. Don't be motivated to do something. Do something and then you will get the motivation. It goes hand in hand. I'm gonna start going and hitting the gym. Nice talking with you and chatting with you guys today. That was a nice video journaling session. I hope, I'm gonna put this for myself only, but I hope the two people that watch this, and if this helps you change how you think about life, then I think me putting my energy out here is doing its job right. My soul is fulfilling its purpose in the vessel in the ways I can do it.